Hello Flosstube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches. Today is Saturday, almost said February, June, I had to write it down. No, I didn't write it down. Today is June 27th. Yeah, 27th. June 27th. It is almost the end of June, almost the beginning of July. And in case you're wondering, this is the channel about cross stitch. This is update number 127. I think I said that. I'm all over the place. So we're going to talk a little bit about cross stitch, a tiny bit about I have a little Etsy shop update, and so let's get started. So this week I have myself some notes here. Actually, let me put this up here where I can see what I'm doing. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Let me get. Sorry, I have like everything in an uproar here. Yeah. Okay. I have a finish and sort of a new, definitely a new start, which is now a whip, of course, because I'm continuing to work on it. And then some other plans for July. A lot of people are doing I think Stitching with the Housewives, they're doing Jolly July. And I think there have been some other like Christmas in July kind of challenges, whatever, things going on, like Mania, you know, and different people do it in different ways. And I thought about going and looking on various sites to see what people are doing, but in the end, I think I decided that July is a good time to start Christmas things because that gives you, 6 months to get things done. And as always, I'm a little overly ambitious. I have a whole bunch of things I want to work on that are going to end up as Christmas presents or whatever, or Christmas themed things. Anyway, so we'll see how that goes. But anyway, I started to talk about my finish, and let's have a fairly good picture of this. Not too much glare. Scattered seed samplers, spring delivery. I did finish it. It calls for a combination of Color and Cotton Weeks and Gentle Arts colors and one DMC. But these are all Weeks Dye Works colors, and I substituted all of them except this pelican gray that's used here on the bubbles of this pipe. Bubbles, I call them bubbles. It's this little key and these numbers. That's pelican gray. That's the only call for color. And the DMC that's used, like the orange little feet of the chicks here, their feet and their beaks, and everything else is a Weeks Dye Works substitute of whatever color was called for. Because at the time, especially, I didn't have very many Weeks colors. But anyway, I finished it. I used fawn, a Weeks Dye Works fawn for the tummy and his eyes, and hibiscus for his pinky ears. And this blue is I don't remember. Blue jeans, because I think this one is blue heron, and so on and so forth. Anyway, they're Weeks Dye Works colors. I think I used mocha here for the basket and chestnut for the rabbit. So there he is. He's done. And I was going to save it for, excuse me, it's part of the haul that I have. But but I was at Hobby Lobby the other day and I bought this little I don't know what you call it, sign, wooden sign thing. Um, it's kind of rough, so it feels like it needs to have like a piece of sandpaper run over it or whatever, just because it feels very splintery, like I'm getting splinters just holding it. It has a little easel back, and it also has a hanger here that's still covered in cardboard, so you can either hang it on the wall or stand it up, whatever. But I think it's just the right size for this. I think I want to mount this on it. So I'm gonna cut off some of the excess fabric, but I think that'll go really nicely on there. So anyway, that's done. That's Spring Delivery by Scattered Seed Samplers. And that's finished. Let me move this out of the way here. So I also then have, let me see if I can find it. Yeah. A new start. I've been wanting to start this one. This is Lindy Stitches design, called A Mother's Heart. This one here. Mother's heart is black and blue, bruised from loving ever true. And I like this a lot. I had thought about doing it with a different color for the verse here, because I'm doing this for my mom, and she's not really into she's not into black and that sort of thing. She's fairly old fashioned, and for instance, I have a black cat and a white cat. She thinks the white cat's beautiful. I think the black cat's beautiful. He's a tuxedo cat. But she looks at the white cat and she thinks, oh, he's beautiful. Whatever. So, anyway, so this is what I'm doing here. And I am doing it on a 28 count even weave. Some fabric that I dyed myself. So it's kind of a very light, it's kind of getting washed out here. It looks kind of whitish, but it's a very light pink, purpley, pinky, whatever color. And the only thing, question I have is, one of the called for colors is DMC 211, and it's very close to the background color, to the fabric color. So I don't know. I might have to go a little darker with this one. It calls for also 210 and another purpley pinky color. So this 210 will probably show up well on the fabric, and probably everything will show up okay, except for the only one that's questionable is this 211. So either I will combine it with something, and one color that I thought about using is this one. It's an étoile, a purple étoile color. It's a little darker than the 211. It's actually a little darker than 210 too, but I might use, like, I was thinking about like one strand of étoile and one strand of 211, and blending them together for wherever that 211 is called for. It's not very much of it. It's in these little flower motifs. It's very light on here also. So we'll see how that looks. But anyway, so I started this, when did I start it? Monday night or Tuesday. Because I finished the spring delivery on Monday. My little sister came over, and we had a sort of a craft day on Monday, with the three of us working on stuff. And she was knitting, Naomi was knitting, and Eve what was Eve doing? Oh, she was stitching on something. I'll show you in a minute. and then and Nimi was knitting, and at one point actually I was talking about the pattern, the Long Dong Samplers pattern pandemic, that a lot of people have been working on, and she saw it and she's like, oh, I want that, and so she downloaded it on Monday. Also, she has she has an iPad and she downloaded it. They're actually on a knitting program that she has that's very much like the one that people have been using, the online pattern that people, pattern keeper that people have been using. It works pretty much the same way, but she was able to use that knitting program on it to work on the pattern. So she's got a little small start on it, and I'll talk more about that in a bit. But anyway, so I finished this Scattered Seed Samplers while we were working there together on Monday, and I was kitting up some things, and so I was able to go ahead and get a start on this on, I think, Tuesday. I finally started it. But so I'm in the middle, this part, and Blue from Loving. So there's the word ever goes right here, and true down below it, and then I have the upper part of the saying, and then the flowers and things around it. And there's some. And this one, I think I was able to get all the colors for it. It calls for, well, no, I don't have it. It calls for black crow, I think, for this black color, and I'm using Week Star Works mascara, I think, for this. And then this is blue, what is it called? Blue raspberry jam, is that right? I think blue mulberry, raspberry mulberry, black raspberry, I don't know, some kind of berry, some kind of black raspberry jam. I ought to know because I have that color, because that's the color that came with this little kit with the stoneware cat and stoneware kitten. Anyway, that's the color that's up here in these little motifs here. And then those other springy colors, the purples and pinks and greens, are in these little flowers here. And then this pattern comes with a template, to make the heart, and instructions how to finish it this way. But we'll see what I'm going to do with that. I think I am going to use the template, but then with different trim, whatever, I think. So, like I said, I'll see how that works out. What I have and what I can get and that sort of thing. Again, this is in my little project bag that my viewer Ruth made for me. Let me get this already. Okay, and then I don't make it a mess here. Okay, and then so that's all I have going on right now. Is active whips. I have a bunch of older whips. Hold on a second, please. Okay, so one of the things that I did this past week, I guess it was on Wednesday, was that I dyed some fabric, and going along with what my future plans are, I have different things that I did. So I have this kit, this flamingo, and it came with, because it was a kit, it came with white, 14 count white Ada, and but it has like all of this sky is unstitched, so you stitch the little cloud things, and all of this underneath is kind of full coverage. But up here, all this white space is just blank white cloth. And so I didn't really want to do that. So what I did was I dyed the fabric. And this is what I came up with. It's a little bluer than it's showing, I think, on camera. It's a little bit darker. But I used denim blue. No, evening blue. Evening blue it's called. I keep saying denim blue. I don't have denim blue. That's the other blue color that I keep, that I've thought about buying it, and I haven't. It's evening blue. But it came out very nicely. I might use this top part as for the upper sky. I don't know. Or maybe I'll do it this way and use this one. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But anyway, so that's for this flamingo kit. And then I also have this kit that I bought that I want to do for my brother. So it's also a kit that I bought. That one is, I don't remember what this is. Who made this? I bought it at Walmart, I think. No, not Walmart. Hobby Lobby. Design Works is the company. This is Marianne Savage is the designer for Design Works. And this one is a Busilla pattern. I stuck my needle winder on there. This wolf Busilla pattern. But this is also, it's a kit, and it came with white Aida. And so this all around the wolf is white. And it kind of, is sort of out in space there. And he's standing between some aspens, looks like, whatever. Anyway, so this is the fabric that I dyed. So I dyed the kit fabric, Aida, it came with Aida. And I used, this is apple green. And I like that. It looks very foresty. Either way, whichever way you do it. Came out with some really nice modeling. So, and I looked at all the kit colors, and there is some gray green in there. I spent quite a while sorting out the fabrics because the fibers, because the threads all just came in a bundle, and you had to decide by okay, there's 4 of this color and 5 of that color and 3 of this color, and because of course they weren't labeled or separated or anything, so it took me a long time to go through that and decide which color was which, and I still have to make thread drops or something to keep those separated because they're a big mess. Anyway, and then the other kit I have, and I don't know when I'm going to do this one. I just bought it because A, I like it, and B, it was on sale when I bought it. But this is a Jan Lynn kit, and it's Jesus with Animals, and again it comes with 14 count white Aida, and this sequence here in the sky is mostly unstitched. There's some gray for clouds here, and then this blue I think is half stitches, or maybe it's full stitches, I don't know. But anyway, but this part I'm not looking forward to because it looks very, very blended and lots of looks kind of like full coverage. I mean, it is full coverage. But anyway, so this is the way I dyed this fabric. And this is also the evening blue color. But this looks really nice. I like the way that came out. So I don't know when, like I said, I don't know when I'm going to stitch that because that's just for me. But I wanted to, since I was dyeing fabric, I wanted to go ahead and dye the fabric for that. And the other thing, so the other fabrics were all, I have them stuck in here. And some of them I want to do this Christmas, and others I don't know when I'll do them, but I wanted to put the fabric with them so I don't forget what my ideas are. And so, and I wanted to dye fabric specifically for them. So, let me see if I can do this without making a mess here. Okay. So for this Dumbo pattern that I talked about last week, and I think it's what I'm going to do, but I'm not positive, is this yellow fabric. This is 28 count even weave, and I had bought a yellow color Rit dye, and this is the one this is what I did with it. Now if you look over here, there's some, I don't know if you can see them on there if it shows up. There's some little blue spots. I don't know if if they're little, like, you know, how on the bottle of Rit dye you'll get little crumbs. So I don't know if they fell off of the blue bottle, little crumbs that fell off the blue bottle, or if I had, you know, I was wearing gloves, and if I had some blue on my gloves inadvertently touched this fabric. But so there's a few little blue spots on it. But, you know, whatever. This certainly won't use the whole piece of fabric for Dumbo, so I might not even use this part of it. But I like this bright yellow background, and the pattern is all in blues, and there's a little bit of sort of rosy pinks, so I don't think there'll be any problem with that fabric. And then for this Baby Yoda pattern, this green I had a while ago. This is a very, very light, it looks almost white here, but it really is actually green. A very light, sort of springy green that I had. I think this was the Rit bottle I have in neon green. That's what this color is. And like I said, it doesn't show up very well in this. I don't know if I can get a truer color. No, I don't know. It's green. Anyway, so this is for Baby Yoda, and I think I haven't done a floss toss with these greens to make sure they look good on this green, but we'll see. That's the idea right now, anyway. And then I'll get to that in a second. And I had like I had like 8 pieces of fabric, or however many pieces of fabric, and I had 2, and I left over toward the end, and I was like, what did I say these were going to be for? What are they going to be for? And I wasn't sure what color to use for them or whatever. And then, like, after I got back, I was looking at my patterns, and I remembered that the 2 I'd forgotten that I was going to dye something for is this G is for Gallbladder pattern that Beth Twist did, and this one from Michelle Bedicici, Trimming the Tree. So I don't have fabric for these 2 yet, but either I will look in my fabric stash and use one of them, or maybe, like, if that one for Baby Yoda doesn't work, I might use that. And then, one second. And then for, out of this punch needle and primitive stitcher, I want to do this spring catch, I think it's called, summer catch etching, these fish. And the only thing I'm concerned about right now is that middle fish, the green middle fish. I think I want to go a little bit darker on that fish because this is the fabric that I want to do that on. Or if the Baby Yoda doesn't look good on there, I might use a more neutral color on that summer catch etching and use this for Baby Yoda, or I don't know what, but I like this. I like this sort of, it's sort of an olive green color. And it actually has some dark spots on it too that here where I guess the dye mixture didn't get blended in really well. I thought I had done it really well. And this was I have 3 shades of green. I have apple green, neon green, and dark green. So this was one of those combined with something else. and yeah. So I don't know what this these little dark spots, you know. But the summer catch etching is kind of small, so we'll see. I might use it, you know, use this part up here. It doesn't look bad. But anyway, so yeah, this one, I like this color though. I like the way it came out, except for the little spots. And then the Long Dog Samplers Pandemic pattern. I want to do on this fabric, and this was one of those one of the greens mixed with I think the darker green mixed with a little bit of yellow to lighten it up and just give it a different shade. So these are all a 28 count even weave, all these fabrics that I did, and this is also, yeah, 28 count even weave. They're all but I bought this at Hobby Lobby. It's a big piece, like 30 by 36 or something like that. Yeah, so it should be enough for the Long Dog sampler. But it's this you know, it's kind of in between. It's not really a spring green exactly. It's, well, yeah. In real life, it looks a little. This looks a little drab on camera, but it's a little bit better green, real green. And so the other factor in those stitchings in that you know, pattern fabric, excuse me, the other factor in those is the threads. And some of those patterns call for like Weeks Dye Works and various things. And I did go to, when I was at Hobby Lobby, I bought some threads for some of the colors that I, these are equivalents, because there were some colors of Weeks or Gast or whatever that were not, that I couldn't find, that were not available on 123 Stitch. Oh, there's another one. This one. I might look for them again just to see, you know. But and then when I was picking colors for the Long Dog Samplers, I kind of wanted to do that black raspberry jam color. I really like that, and I like the variegation, but I didn't want to. That was one I couldn't tell the yardage on there. There's nothing. I didn't see anything. I looked and looked and didn't see anything that said what the specific yardage of that skein was. And also because of what it calls for the pattern, I would need a lot of it, and I thought, you know, that's you know. So anyway, I bought a bunch of different shades of blue at Hobby Lobby, and I bought like about 3 or 4 of different shades, and there's some in this bag that I didn't even get out. So I bought a whole bunch, and what my idea is, I think that that I'm going to do different sections in different colors, whatever. And I also have a blue etoile that I think I'm going to use maybe somewhere. I kind of have to look at the pattern and decide which colors I want to do where, maybe, and because they're different shades of blue, and I want to choose colors that sort of, when they're beside each other on the pattern, that look like they should be beside each other on the pattern. So anyway, I bought a whole bunch of these blue colors, and I don't usually bother with showing DMC colors because they're, everybody knows what they look like, whatever. They're not that different, But anyway, so I bought all of those colors for Pandemic. I don't know when I'm going to get started on it. I don't know. Well, like I said, I was starting to say that, a lot of people are doing different plans for July, for, Christmas in July, or Jolly July, whatever. And so some of those patterns I think I will work on starting in July. Pandemic, I was thinking about doing like a little bit, maybe a couple of hours each day on that, or, maybe one day a week on Pandemic, and the other days on some of the other Christmas projects. But I also have, some other fabrics. I have a lot of Ada, and I have some other fabrics that to choose from if I decide that some of those colors don't work. I have like some tea dye, coffee dyed. I have this purple fabric, and I had thought about doing one of those patterns on this purple fabric, but it's pretty vibrant, and I don't know that it would work on any of those. But then I have these that are all this one here I think is just natural. I don't think I've dyed this one. This is just like, I think, fiddler's cloth. It's Ada, and this one is I think it's Lugana, yeah. That's been tea dyed, coffee tea dyed. I don't know what. And then this is Hardinger. It's been tea dyed. I think this one, I don't know. It might be. I don't know if it's been just tea or ginger tea. I don't know. But anyway, so I'll have that, this fabric, to choose from if one of those other colors doesn't work out. And then, here. So, the other things I'm planning on working on for Christmas. Hold on a second. In this bag, my other project bag from Ruth, is this pattern that my younger sister said, I have to do it for her. Is this Santa knows pattern. Santa knows your heart that's true, so he's bringing wool for you. Has all the things that my sister likes. Santa, sheep, wool. And so that one I'm going to do on this, this is, I think, 26 or 28 count linen. And it has not been dyed. I think it's ecru, sort of natural color. Has not been dyed anything. But, so I think that's what I'm going to do. Hold on a second. Okay, and then I have the Prairie Schoolers Santas. I did one, I want to say the 2017 one. And I've been working on this maybe it was 2018, I don't know. I've been working on this 2019 one. I just have set it aside and not really done much on it. So on this one, I'm still, oopsie, yeah, stuck here. I haven't really done much more work on it. So there's that Santa. And then I recently added 2 more to my queue of these Prairie Schooler Santas. This one is the 2018 Santa. And this one is the 2020 Santa. I just love this one with the bunnies blowing in the wind and Santa blowing in the wind. It's really nice. So they all use pretty much the same colors. I think that's what I'm gonna. I want to work on. My ambition is to do all of them, but you know, ambition and results, you know, I don't know. So the other one I want to do is I want to go back and work on my Prairie Schooler Blackwork Angels, and they're in this Evertote bag. So I've done 4 of them, of the 8, and this is 28 count even weave, the gun, I think. So I've done this one. Yeah, that's Joy Angel. And then these 3 here. So, and my idea is of making little ornaments out of them, but I haven't decided for sure that that's what I'm going to do. I don't know. But so I just have to decide like which one, you know, I want to do next. So this is the booklet that I have. So like I said, I've done 4 of them. This one down here, Joy. And this one over here with the harp. And this one here with the sheep. And this one with the doves. So I'll have to do that too. And there's a really nice chart that I want that is the Prairie Schooler, it's by Prairie Schooler, that is several scenes, nativity scenes. I would like to find that. I haven't looked to order it recently. But yeah, I want to do that. And there's another sort of standalone Prairie Schooler Blackwork Angel. I might have to look on eBay to see if it's on there, because it's not. I think it's out of print. And then there is a little card with an angel on it that's Prairie Schooler that I have to see if I can find it. I don't know. But anyway, that's another thing I want to work on, the Prairie Schooler, the Santa, the angels, Blackwork Angels, for Christmas. So at least I might do one of them, I think. And then I have a bunch of junk because I spent too much money at Hobby Lobby. I made the mistake of going twice this past week, and yeah, bought a bunch of junk, bunch of stuff, not junk. It's not junk. Bunch of things. So I bought some little fabric bundles. These are both fat quarters. This because I don't have most of the main reason that I buy that I've bought a lot of fabric bundles is for backing things and making, finishing things. So there's a bunch of this one has stars on it, and this one has some little swirls, and then there's little flowers, and there's some checks and some diagonal stripes. And then I'm trying to find a place to put these. Hold on. And then some sort of neutrals. And some of these are Christmassy. There's this one here that has trees and stars and stuff on it. And then this one has like kind of like snowflakes. And then this one they look like palm fronds. I haven't taken this bundle apart. And this just has silver and gold dots on it, and then these stripes. And they have some like metallic kind of sparkle to them. So there's that. And then I bought some just safety pins to use on the fabric little tags and whatever. So yeah. And I bought another hoop, another one. But this is one of the ones that that I really like, these that have the. If I can open it, looks like it's shiny. They have like a ridge on them, and they really hold the fabric taut, and the fabric doesn't slip. I have several that have like just a lip, a little lip that's supposed to keep the fabric or keep the hoop in place, and I find that those they're good. They're better. They're easier to use than the like wooden ones that just tend to you have to get them lined up just right, and these are easier to line up, but they also tend to slip a little bit. You have to readjust them every so often. So, but I like these with a ridge on them. They're a little bit better easier to use. So I bought this little thing. It's called a knit picker, and I want to see if it works the same way as a snag nabbit works. I don't know. I want to try that out and see if it works the way I think it will work. But I don't know. If not, I have it then. And then I bought some more buttons. These I don't have any specific use for them, but I like them. This one these have anchors, and these are just stars. So I'm gonna see if I need them for something or not. I don't know, but I like them. And one of the things that I've learned is that if you don't buy it when you see it, you think about it and you go back to look for it, it's not gonna be there a lot of times. So, and then I bought these little tweezers, good for plucking out cat hair out of stuff, which is a problem that I have a lot of. And then I bought a bunch of magnets, different size magnets. I bought some like this size, these little guys. And these are the silver magnets that a lot of people like. And then I bought some that are this size. This is the size. I really like this size. These ones are harder to find. And so there's some more of those. And then I thought. No, I guess not. I bought these. I talked about last time I had some mosaic tiles, and these are little stones. I don't know. They're not the same as the mosaic tiles, I don't think. The mosaic little blobs that I bought have like a white side and a colored side. So the white side is the side you would normally because they're made to put like on a mosaic thing. The side you would put the glue on or whatever. And so I thought they would make nice needle minders, so that's the side that that you put the magnet on. And these don't seem to have they have a flat side. So I think I'm gonna do a couple of these for needle minders and whatever. The rest, maybe I'll use the others as a part of a bird bath or something. I don't know. But so anyway, yeah, I bought a bunch of stuff. And so that's really all the stitchy stuff I have in that regard, the stuff that for me, that I'm working on. I am going to talk a little bit about what's in our Etsy shop. I have a new pattern to show you. This is a new one, a new design my sister did, just in time for Jolly July, to get ready for Christmas, whatever. This is called, I always get this wrong, Making Frosty, I think it's called. Making Frosty? I keep wanting to call it Building Frosty, but it's called Making Frosty. And there's some elves there building a snowman. This one's putting his hat on. This one's putting his arms on. Looks like. And this one here is got some coal for his eyes and his buttons. So this pattern is I think already in our Etsy shop. And this is she just made a pillow out of this with some. There's one way you can finish it. And there's some little white snowflake looking things. And this fabric was just bought like this at Hobby Lobby. It was just like Blue Ada, but it has, if you can look at it, it has a little bit of modeling in it, like a little cloudy sky. Yeah. So anyway, there's that. And also, I just wanted to remind you that of our other Christmas pattern, and that is 10 minutes to midnight. The clauses there. My sister finished this by, she just painted a little snowy scene on canvas, and we did the pattern as just on a piece of flat fold on cardboard, But yeah, there's Mr. and Mrs. Claus, and she's fixing his pants. 10 minutes to midnight. Yeah. So this is also in our Etsy shop. If you're looking for something for Christmas. And since 4th of July is right around the corner, these are some small patterns that are, this one here, Patriot Dreams. Just an easy, quick design, you could do it. Like if you bought it now, you could have it done by the 4th of July easily. And this one here it's more of a Memorial Day kind of pattern thinking, but it certainly works for 4th of July. Remember always. Both of these patterns are also available in our Etsy shop. Okay. So I think that's it for stitching related things. I just wanted to add that I did go bike riding. I went today. Today I saw probably about 5 bunnies. I've ventured a little further. I think last time I talked about it, I talked about the fact that that I've gone to the neighborhood just beyond ours, and there's like a little park there, and then like a little walking trail from the park through the park alongside this sort of it's like a drainage canal ditch thing that has a bunch of just plants growing in it, but it's used to drain water like from the streets or from neighborhoods or whatever. But so when I go along there, like today there was there was a man walking with a little girl, and I saw him standing on the side of the trail with his hand up, and I thought at first he was like, is he showing her something or what, as I approached them. And what it was is there was a hummingbird there, and he was trying to get the hummingbird to land on his hand, and the hummingbird was kind of coming close, to doing that. And then I saw another one later on. But there's always a lot of bunnies, There was a bunny going along the trail. There were like, I want to say 2 or 3. And then I've gone further down along this trail. There's a street there, and on the other side of the street there's a park, Desert Vista Canyon, something like that. And there's a walking trail that goes to the park. And so I've ridden on that, and there's this one area where there's like a bunch of rabbits, usually bunnies, down there. And today there weren't as many because uh, even though it was early in the morning, there were a lot of people out there and a lot of people with their dogs, and so I think that's one reason why the rabbits were scarce. They weren't, like, one day I went through there a little bit later, and there was a whole bunch of them, like five or six of them in this little area, munching on grass, munching on whatever rabbits munch on. But it's always fun to see, how many are out there, and the quail too, with a little thingy on their head. There's two or three down in that neighborhood. I saw one today by himself, and the other two together, another two together. And there's also a cool little quail family that lives in our neighborhood that I didn't see today. They're usually around somewhere, a mother and father and like 5 little babies. Anyway, so it's always fun to sort of see, like, how many bunnies I'm going to see today. Yeah, so I've been riding about almost 2.5, about 2.5 miles, just around the neighborhood around here. So I'm trying to stick with it at least 3 days a week, maybe 4. On Friday mornings, we're doing, my little sister and I are doing a book club, book study kind of thing, on Friday mornings. So I haven't been writing on Fridays because it's just, it's a Zoom meeting thing. So I'm on camera and I see people. So I want to not be like overheated and sweating and But and then on Sundays I haven't gone riding. So the other days it just kind of depends on what's going on that day or whatever as to it. But for the most part I try to go riding. Excuse me. But I have to get up early in the morning because it gets pretty warm, like it's already in the 80s, by the time I go out at 7. It can be in the 80s. And and it's only going to get hotter as the summer progresses, because it's barely the beginning, the beginning of the hot period. There's still July and August to go, and it's hot, through September. October is really nice out here, but yeah. So anyway, so I think that's more than enough for now. That's all the stuff I have. Yeah, that's it. So I will see you next week, and hopefully I will have started on Christmas things for July. Um, and we'll see how it goes. I'll see you next time. Until then, again, I'm Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches, and all my contact information. I'm in the Friday After Grid group, Stitching with the Housewives group, and embroidery.com, and I'm also on Instagram as Fantagray. And I'll have all that contact information below, as well as a link to our Etsy shop, 3 Sisters Creative. The number 3 and the words Sisters Creative. All one word, I think, is how it is in the Etsy shop. Yeah. But like I said, I'll have all of that information linked below. And if you like this, if you haven't already, you can be a subscriber, and if you hit the little bell symbol, it'll let you know every time. You'll get a notification every time I do an update, which is usually every Saturday. So, come back next week and see where I am, what I'm doing next time. All right, I'll see you next week. Bye.